alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Looking at the last game for the Phoenix Suns, it was a win against the Raptors in Toronto. And they pulled off a 3-point win in that one. Too close for comfort, but they'll take it.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from three.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Setting the floor for the Suns. Nash is out there with Barbosa. Then there's B. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Marion in at the three, the small forward. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Vince Carter with the slam.
You've really got to be exactly on the same page to connect on that long alley-oop.
And even then, it's a tough play.
I tell you what, the pass and the catch were both next to impossible.
Here's Nash, following the score by Vince Carter. To the paint, here's Diaw. There it is, it's Nash picking up the assists.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
The shot by Carter, nobody around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Carter's got his third basket of the night.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Phoenix looked to be on the verge of making it back into the playoffs last season. Ultimately, though, Greg, they faltered in the second half of the year.
Yeah, it was a three-team race. And after coming up short in 14, the Suns had the edge early. As you said, Kevin, they simply couldn't keep things going in the second half of the season.
And he's good on the second.
You know, guys, the Suns went from the 8th seed to finishing 10th in the West. I mean, it would have been a tough task for them to stay in the race, particularly after all the trades. I mean, their team was in transition.
Robinson kicks to Kristich. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Nash drives in. Here's Diaw. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Diaw's got his second bucket.
And when you shake up a roster, as the Suns did last year, it's hard to keep pace. They ended 6 games back of that final playoff spot, but that all happened after they decided to shake things up.
Jefferson gets the bucket.
Another basket here, and they have really come out of the gates fast in the first quarter, Kevin.
Diaw sets the pick for Nash. On its way from Barbosa for 2. And it's Barbosa again missing. New Jersey with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Robinson dishes to Carter. Kicks it to Kidd. Good ball movement here by New Jersey. Shot clock at 6. Kristich. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Suns trail by 8. It's Marion with the drive. Nash the pass to Barbosa. No good off the front iron.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
And he gets the bucket. 10 points for Vince Carter.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Now here is Barbosa. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Raptors in Toronto.
You know, and in watching that game, he did a really nice job of passing the basketball, scoring, and setting up his teammates. Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
The Suns making a switch here. Bell's checked in. Stoudemire inside. Kristich is there. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And Carter has it in the corner. Wide open look. Another one falls for New Jersey.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. We'll see how long they can keep it going.
It's stolen by Jefferson. And Vince Carter with the slam.
And It's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
Here's Nash after the basket by New Jersey. The teardrop falls in. Nash has got his first 2 points.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And now let's have a look at the NBA's top snipers, shooting guards with the highest percentage from three-point territory over the last month. You take a look at Bell. He's absolutely deadly from outside.
He just oozes with confidence out there beyond the arc. That's where he makes his living, as he should. I mean, given how efficient he's been from long range.
Well, we've all heard ball don't lie. Well, numbers don't lie either. I mean, he's got range that I'd put up against anybody else in the league, shooting guard or otherwise. He's an assassin.
So it's New Jersey now. Phoenix able to drain the three. And Kidd, here we go. No luck. Good work defensively by Marion. Suns trail by 9. Right side Rose. Puts up a three. That's tipped. Here's Bell. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Jeff Hornacek. He told me that he's looking forward to this matchup. Their first look at this team so far this season. He said they'll look to play up defensively. As usual, their length and shot blocking a great deterrent inside. Kevin?
Okay, thank you, Doris. And the defensive approach, guys, how do you think that'll play out here?
You know, sounds like they'd like to keep this a low-scoring affair. This could be one of those grind-it-out kind of games.
And I'm sure that would suit them just fine. It may not be what the fans want to see or hear, but a win is a win. Come on now. A W is a W, and that's what you're playing for.
Outside Jefferson. No one near him. Phoenix grabs the miss. This is the first they're seeing of New Jersey.
And their series last year was a bit of a comparison between the two conferences. Both were in the middle of the pack.
Well, you said it. I mean, often it's the teams that are in the middle of the pack in their conference which more accurately show the conference's strength than a team at the top or the bottom. At least that's how I like to look at it.
Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. "15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Stoudemire with a screen on Kidd. Over in the corner, Rose. And the Suns miss again. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. New Jersey on top, leading by 8. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. I still don't think that Coach Hollins is anyone to be trifled with, and I think the net players would agree with me on that one.
Oh, yes, I know they've got that one figured out. And I do, too, as a matter of fact. The last thing anybody on the team better be doing is laughing at Lionel Hollins. Just ask Darren Williams.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Jersey?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Jones is out there with B. Then it's Rose. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Stoudemire in at the 5 down low.
And looking now at some numbers for Tiny. Just an incredible month of basketball. First in blocks, second in steals. And he's truly a force around the rim, ranking among the top 5 in rebounds per game.
Boy, and he's been a human highlight reel all season. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now.
And it's Carter penetrating, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
So it's Phoenix now after the basket by New Jersey. Stoudemire, the screen. The dish to Jones. Off the pick. The shot is off. And it's New Jersey the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
They were just locked really in a zone from a team defense standpoint, and nobody ever got stuck on an island. There was always somebody providing help, and the communication was tremendous.
And that was the key, Greg, the communication and the teamwork. You can't play good rotating defense if you're not communicating and on the same page. They were doing all of that at a high level.
Bell is checked in for Rose. Bell against Carter. With some arc, Barbosa's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Now the feed to Kidd. That's in there. Carter with the assist. And now a 12-point New Jersey lead.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Diaw with the steal. Looking to end the run. Out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession.
Suns ball.
Shawn Marion is checked in for the Suns. Barbosa for three, and the foul called on Shawn Marion. That's his first foul.
Yeah, a bit over eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
That's tipped, but they'll get another chance. And here's Kidd from the arc. Again, Kidd missing. Suns trail by 12. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
Inside, poked away, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Stoudemire.
And you can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Now here's Kidd. A 26-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And also 4 blocks. I mean, just an important factor on both ends. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Barbosa against Kidd. Stoudemire with a screen on Kidd. Here's Bell, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in the game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Boy, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Some changes for Phoenix. James Jones comes in for B, and it's Nash in for Leandro Barbosa. Jefferson kicks to Kristich. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for New Jersey.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Another big aspect of